And our candidates are sitting Sheriff Chris Clinton and his opponent, Mr. Bobby Pilarchio. So we will begin with opening statements, please, 3 minutes each. And Sheriff Clinton, would you please begin?
First off, thank you very much for having this debate tonight, Mark and the GOP. And thank all of you for coming here tonight. I think it's very important that we as citizens do what James Madison said, and arm ourselves with the power that knowledge gives. I think it's very important. Just a couple of days ago, I had one of our local Boy Scouts call me, and he had some questions as part of the project, and he wanted to know about his, not just his rights, but some of his responsibilities as a citizen. And I think that's a very good question, because we do have responsibilities as citizens. It's incumbent upon us to be informed and to elect the right representatives. And I think you all being here tonight is just a great thing because of that. I tell people something that you won't hear from a lot of folks in elected office. I tell this when I teach our Citizen Law Enforcement Academy classes. If I'm not representing you properly, if I fail to represent you, you have a duty to fire me, send me home. I hope that you will agree with me that we've worked very, very hard since December of 2007. I promised you, we had a vision in 2007. For those of you that were here, things were a little bit of a mess, and I'm not going to rehash that. But I came to my own personal dilemma when I couldn't explain to my baby girl who had grown up with me being a deputy sheriff what had just happened. And Crystal and I prayed about it, and I said, never again. Never again. And I promised you, if you'd allow me to be your sheriff, we would go after the drug dealers, we would lower the crime rate, we would give you a professional sheriff's office that cared about this community. And that's what we've done. Since 2007, I'm very proud to say that the crime rate in Towns County is significantly lower today than it was then. In fact, many of you probably got something like this in your mailbox today, hopefully. If not, stand by. I'm actually able to tell you tonight that it's a little better than this. When I first prepared this for our last grand jury just recently, the new stats, we were waiting on those, and we sent this off to the mailer, and the new stats came out. Georgia Bureau of Investigation's uniform crime reports, we're actually closer to 40% overall, and we're more than 68% overall down in burglaries alone. I think that's a testament to a lot of things. It's a testament to the character of this community. It's a testament to the folks in the community partnering with us. And it's a testament to how hard these men and women that work for your sheriff's office work on your behalf. We've been able to accomplish a lot since then. When I first came into office, the deputies were poorly equipped. They didn't have very good vehicles. They're in much better shape. They're much better equipped. They're highly trained. They're very involved in the community. And we're thankful that the community is very involved with us. Our Citizen Law Enforcement Academy alumni, last year alone, donated over 1,600 hours of volunteer service. That's equivalent to saving over $34,000 in overtime. If you'll allow us, we want to keep working very hard for you, and we thank you for being here tonight.
And Candidate Pilarchio, a 3-minute opening statement, please, sir.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping here to listen to us. I moved here from Michigan, 2011. I worked on the road here almost 4 years. 3 years road patrol, the rest was in the courthouse. I worked as a licensed builder in Michigan, 18 years, had my own company. Had the best men work with me, for me. I took my work ethic here the same as I did in my building company. I never missed a day, never took a day off, never was late, never took a vacation. I feel I like to change. I fell in love with the county. My wife Rachel's sitting back there on this side. I have 3 sons and a daughter. Actually, my daughter's in her graduate school for becoming a PA, nurse's assistant, doctor, excuse me. I decided I saw a lot of things when I worked for the department that could use some improvements. Equipment, vehicles, things that weren't being done the way they should be, and I feel like I can improve on them. I love the county and the people. We moved here in 2011 when I was hired in. We bought a home here, and I appreciate the fact that we're going to try to apply all the laws equal to everyone. Thank you for your time.
I have now a question for each of the candidates, starting with candidate Palarchio, please. What is your most important goal for the Towns County Sheriff's Department, and what is the most significant action you intend to take to achieve that goal?
One of the things would be the equipment. I'd like to see better equipment there. We need that for the deputies. Raven County has the new tag readers on their vehicles. I've heard that one of those can pay for itself within the first month. Person drives by and it reads the tag automatically. It can tell you if there's a felon in the vehicle, if it's stolen. It was, when those first came out, they worked only in our state, only with tags only from Georgia. And now I understand now any tag from any state in the country, it'll read that tag automatically. If you're gonna pull a vehicle over, it'd be nice to know what's going on with the vehicle before you get to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Candidate Clinton.
First of all, I just want to say that I am very proud that our deputies are much better equipped today than they were in 2007 when they didn't have rain jackets, flashlights, or handheld radios. And personally, I find tag readers to be unconstitutional. This is America. You're supposed to have done something wrong before. There should be some due process. But obviously, and I'll agree with the earlier commissioner candidates, it's the sheriff's job. It's his duty to keep you safe. And we do that best when we understand how to lower crime rates. And we've gone after that. We've proven that we can lower the crime rate. And obviously, we care about our deputies. The deputies, and I make no apology for working very hard on their behalf. If I need 10, I'm going to ask for 10 because that's my job. Because these deputy sheriffs, at some point, I go home and I go to sleep, and they keep me and my family safe too. And I do want to, a little remiss earlier, I do want to say thank you to my wife, Crystal, and my children who are here tonight, my 3 children, Rose, Janie, and Gabriel. Because it's really it's a team effort, but absolutely it's the sheriff's duty to preserve the peace, protect the lives, persons, property, health, and morals of the community. And we're going to do that, and in the process, we're going to do everything we can to help the men and women that help us get that done.
Thank you, sir. The next question will go first to candidate Clinton. What involvement have you had with the Towns County Republican Party over the past few years?
I've been extremely involved with the Towns County GOP for several years. And going back, actually, my parents were very involved in the GOP when I was just a kid, before I could even vote. And I don't say that as a partisan thing. I say that because I am a Constitution-loving American. And I believe in we the people, and I believe as a conservative, that is the banner that I run under. I would agree with some of the other commissioner candidates that I believe that the person is what matters. But I've been involved in the meetings. I've been involved, my wife has served on the board of directors. We've been involved in the county precinct meetings where we elect our delegates to represent us at the state and hopefully at some point at the national level.
Thank you very much. Candidate Palarchio, would you please share with us the involvement that you have had with the Towns County Republican Party over the past few years?
Actually, I haven't had any dealings with the Republican Party here. I've been a lifelong Christian conservative Republican. But again, it depends on the person, on what's inside that person. Today you find in most candidates that what's inside is what matters.
Thank you very much. And then another question from our citizens. What experience do you bring to the table that makes you well suited to be the sheriff? And candidate Palarchio, would you begin?
Like I stated earlier, I had a successful building company, 18 years up in Michigan, did very well. The Lord blessed me. And I got along with people, suppliers, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, building departments, and clients, of course. And I brought all those people together. I feel like I do the same thing in a department here and take input from the people and take care of any concerns they have. I'll be a sheriff that's visible, that's out on the road. You'll be able to find me, talk to me, and communicate any concerns that you have. I think that's important, since I'll be a servant of all of you.
Thank you very much. And Candidate Clinton, what experience do you bring to the table that makes you well suited to be the sheriff?
Well, I'm very thankful that the citizens of this county have allowed me to serve as their sheriff since December of 2007. We're working on year number 9. Through that process, as I said earlier, we've been able to lower the crime rate. A big part of that is networking with other agencies, other sheriffs. Very fortunate that my colleagues in Northeast Georgia have elected me twice as their regional vice president. I served as the vice chairman on the Appalachian Regional Drug Enforcement Office. Network with the sheriffs down the 515 corridor and sheriffs in North Carolina and federal agencies. I bring a lot of experience to the table as far as being able to, number one, understand what crime revolves around. It revolves around the drug trade. 90% of the people arrested every year are brought to jail, and they're high on illegal drugs at the time. We've gone after that. We've lowered the crime rate. We're going to continue to do that. And probably more than anything is the community involvement. We have worked very, very hard to rebuild community involvement at the Sheriff's Office. I've personally given, I guess, about 5,000 people in this community my cell phone number. They can get a hold of me. I don't think anybody in the county that's out much can say that I'm anything less than visible and accessible.
Thank you very much. And now, the next question is, what experience do you have working serious cases such as rape, murder, drug trafficking? And Candidate Clinton, would you please answer first?
Yes. Well, part of my background, even before being a sheriff, was being a lieutenant over Criminal Investigation Division. I'm very thankful that in Towns County, as the sheriff, we don't work the number of serious cases of that sort that we did in that jurisdiction. But I have worked a number of cases over the years, rape, murder cases. I'm trained in those areas. The only murder, malice murder that we've had in Towns County since I've been sheriff, our deputies worked very hard. They're highly trained. The victim, and excuse me if I get a little emotional, was brutally murdered, tossed down a 40-foot well on a piece of property nobody had been to in 40 years. 10 days later, we had the 2 perpetrators in jail and had multiple taped confessions. They even walked us back through the crime scene on video. This was a murder case, and both of the perpetrators entered a plea of guilty because the case was that strong. That's the kind of men and women that we have working at your sheriff's office, and if you'll allow me to stay your sheriff, we'll continue that mission.
Thank you. Candidate Pilarchio, what experience do you have working serious cases such as rape, murder, and drug trafficking?
I would surround myself with the most experienced men in those fields, just like Ronald Reagan did when he became president. Do the same thing, you find people the best at what you need.
Thank you very much. We are now going to have closing statements from each of the candidates, and we will begin with Candidate Pilarchio, please, and you may take 3 minutes, sir.
Again, I'd like the opportunity to become your next sheriff so that I can apply all the laws equal to everyone. I think that's important. Also, equipment is very important. Vehicles. Also, training. Training was something we really needed there. Thank you.
Thank you. And Candidate Clinton, your closing statement, please, sir.
Once again, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It's a real honor to serve as your sheriff. I thank you for the opportunity that you've given me and my family to be involved in this community. We've been very blessed by the outpouring love of this community over nearly 9 years now. I'm asking for your continued prayers and continued support. I'm very, very proud, and I have to say I'm very, very proud of the level of training that our deputies have. My chief deputy just celebrated 30 years of continuous law enforcement service. Corporal Parker, who's here tonight, Lisa, some of these other deputies will tell you we increased the level of training at the Sheriff's Office. The state of Georgia requires 20 hours a year of ongoing training. The Towns County Sheriff's Office requires 40. We provide more than that. And we encourage deputies to continue to get better at what they do, but more importantly, to be involved in our community. We want deputies that care about you, and we have those. We're very thankful for them. I can't thank them enough. Like I said, they keep us safe when I go home at night and go to sleep. And I would again ask for your continued support, for your vote, and for your prayers more than anything. I cover your prayers. I think we live in an age where people would agree that you realize it when you're the sheriff, and you realize it when you're a deputy sheriff, that we're really truly in a battle of good and evil. And without your prayers, we can't be successful at that. So thank you again for coming out tonight and for having us speak to you.
Thanks to all of our candidates. And thanks to all of you for participating and preparing to fulfill your civic duty.
And we have a lot of candidates that are in the room, not just for commissioner or sheriff, but candidates for state representative, candidates for Congress, candidates for all kinds of offices, school board. And I invite you all to stick around and to talk to the candidates and make their decisions based upon information that we get from them. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Practice my vote beforehand.
Which one you guys do?
Good job. I didn't have to stop that.
Yes.
Good job.